Assalamu alaikum. This is Syed Mahad Ehsan, and today we are going to talk about quantum computing, the big picture. So, the quantum computing is a very hot topic in today's world. Almost all the leading tech companies are investing in a lot of money in quantum computing, although it doesn't even exist at the moment. Why is that? For that, we will try to understand some basic quantum computing concepts like what is quantum computing, what is entanglement in quantum computing, why quantum algorithms will change cryptography, and how can you get started with quantum computing today. Now, to understand quantum computing, first we need to start with our traditional binary bits that we use in our typical digital computer systems. They exist either 0 or 1. You can read them whenever you want, and unless there is a flaw in the hardware, they won't change. Quantum computers use qubits instead of traditional bits. Qubits are different from traditional bits. They have a probability of being 0 and a probability of being 1. But also until you measure them, they may be in an indefinite state. That state, along with some other state information that allows for additional computational complexity, can be described as the probability of being measured as a 0 or 1 at the same time. That's because of a unique property called superposition. Now, what is entanglement? Groups of independent qubits by themselves are not enough to create the massive breakthroughs that are promised by quantum computing. The magic really starts to happen when the quantum physics concepts of entanglement is implemented. If we put it in simple words, entanglement is when we talk about things opposite to each other, or you can say have properties relative to each other. For example, imagine if you have two friends. One loves pizza while the other hates it. After finding out from your mom that you are having pizza for the dinner, you decide to tell your two friends. If they are standing next to each other and you yell, "Pizza is for dinner," then one friend will yell, "Yes," but the other friend will yell, "No." But this is normal, right? What if one of those friends is at a far distant place instead of your house, and you tried this again? This time only the friend who is with you can hear you say pizza is for dinner. Now the friend next to you yelled no, but the other friend who is at the far distant place is silent because obviously he can't hear us and we can't hear him. So what if I told you I would bet you that I know for sure that the friend at the far distant place yelled yes? How could I know? Well, if those two friends were two entangled particles instead, then I could tell with 100% surety that the friend at the far distant place said yes, because as I said earlier, it is a relative property between the particles. The field that quantum computers are going to make most impact is in the world of security and cryptography. One of the most talked about applications of a quantum computer, and the one you've most likely already heard, is wreaking havoc on current cryptography methods. First, let's discover just how some of cryptography works. Cryptography is a vast field of many different methods, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. Some methods are more popular than the others, and one of the most popular methods is called public-private key encryption. We are not going to talk too much details about the inner workings of the public-private key encryptions, but the important things to know about public-private key encryption are that you have two keys. One is the public key that anyone can know, and the other is private key that you don't want anyone to know. The two keys are linked mathematically such that the public key can easily be produced using the private key. But the reverse is extremely difficult or almost impossible. This allows the private key holder to be easily verified, but no one but the public key could impersonate the private key. This allows to have encrypted communication between two parties over a network without the need for a private or hidden line of communication. Without diving too much more into the rabbit hole of cryptography, let's talk about how a simplified version of the most common public-private key encryptions work. The most common way to do this is through large integer factorization. As an example, imagine that you had a very large number, say several thousand digits, that you wanted to find the factors for. Well, that's already a pretty hard problem. But to make it even harder, let's say both the two factors had to be prime numbers. You start with two prime numbers, each several hundred digits in some cases, and multiply them together to get a product. The two prime numbers are your private key and the product is your public key. Knowing the private key or the two prime numbers is trivial to reproduce the public key or the product. But knowing only the public key or the product, it is extremely difficult and computationally intensive to determine the correct prime factors of large numbers. This process of prime factorization is so difficult for classical computers that it has been relied upon as a security method for decades in popular security technologies such as TLS, RSA, and more recently the Bitcoin blockchain. All three of these guard a significant portion of everyday internet traffic and transactions. But what if reversing the public key into the private key wasn't so difficult? That's where a quantum computer comes in. A classical computer has to brute force for this problem, or you can say try each and every possible combination. For sufficiently large factors that are used in public-private key encryption, the number of possible combinations to try becomes overwhelming, even for some of the fastest classical computers in the world. But as you have seen, a quantum computer has the potential to search these possible combinations much faster. Therefore, it is quite easy for them to decrypt them. Some of the tools to get started with quantum computing are Microsoft Quantum Development Kit, IBM's Qiskit, Quantum Simulator, and you can also learn the language Q#. Thank you.